Hey Cavalier fans, welcome back. My name's Julie, this is Bella. We have Mia and Rosie and Mateo's over there enjoying a bone. It's been a while. We've got a surprise for you. Rosie is pregnant, very pregnant. She's going to be having a baby in a couple weeks. So I know normally we start much earlier in this process and we show you week by week everything we do, but we've done this for quite a few videos, and so at this point I think we're just going to do like a recap on the things that we do our process, and I'll go over some things that maybe you don't understand, maybe things that you thought were true that aren't true, and how we do things. So let's get started. By the way, I do have an Amazon store that has all the products that I talked about today. So if you're interested in picking up any of the things that I talked about, including that supplement, I know it's not something that's supported by them, but I do have it in my shop because I really do love it. So if you're interested, you can pick up any of the things I talked about below. And look at that, how patiently they are waiting for their treat. Even the cat can't distract them. Good girls and boy. The first thing I always get asked is how difficult it must be to have a female who actually is intact. Actually, it's not. The truth is that females only go into heat twice a year. Hey, Mateo, how are you, buddy? I don't know if you guys remember Mateo, but he was just an itty bitty little puppy last time we saw each other. I know, I've been gone a while, but that's because we haven't been breeding. So it's been a year since Rosie has had babies. So actually females are very easy to take care of. They only go into heat twice a year, every 6 months. And it's super easy. You have options. I'm going to show you. First one is, how cute is this? You can put a diaper on them when they're actually in the bleeding phase of their heat cycle. And these are easy to use. You just pop these on and toss it. They usually go through about 2 to 3 of these a day, depending on how heavy it is at that time period. Or you've got a cute option, or you could even put this over the diaper if you wanted to. Look at that! Is that not the cutest little thing? The little ruffles. So you have options, definitely. And like I said, they only go into heat twice a year. So all my females are intact. Mateo, who you saw, my little boy, he had to get fixed. That was his only option to stay here because we don't want any oopsies, because he is Bella's son. I know, it's hard to believe she's fully grown, but she is. So before he got fixed, we had to put belly band on him. And then, of course, she would wear her diapers. But he got fixed before he could do any damage. He was about, I think about 8 months old, 9 months old, 8 or 9 months old when we got him fixed. And so now he has absolutely no interest. He doesn't mark the house. He's such a good boy. He's not territorial, unless it's his bones. He likes to hide the bones, which is funny. I find them all over the house. Oh my God, they're all over the house. And under the pillows. He's a very sweet little boy. So that's the first thing. Your dog is not as difficult as you think it is, a female, for heat cycles. Rosie says thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can watch us have puppies. Another question I get asked a lot about is, well, how is it that you're able to so successfully breed your dogs? Because I've never had one opportunity missed, so to speak. And it's actually pretty scientific and really easy, actually. It's a very simple method. All you have to do is when you see that first spot of blood, which I notice because my dogs sleep with me and I have white sheets. So it's pretty simple, and I have a good idea right about when it's going to happen because it's about every 6 months. So I just, pay attention when I'm making the bed. And if you see that first spot of blood, Obviously I changed the sheets and switched them over to older sheets that I don't really care about. And then you count 11 days. And day 11 is when most dogs will ovulate, and you have the best chance of getting the most amount of puppies. So that's when I call the sire over, and because he's very local, we just call him over and say, hey, why don't you come on over and hang out with Rosie, or it used to be Mia. And he would come hang out and visit for a couple of days and be back on his merry way. And we've been very successful with that. Mia has had 3 litters, and Rosie has had 1, and now she's working on number 2. So that's how it works, just counting 11 days. Hope that was helpful. Okay, let's have a serious conversation. Nutrition is so important. Those of you who've been on my channel before know what a huge advocate I am about getting away from junk. Don't use the kibble, don't use the processed yucky treats. I'm a really big fan of homemade if possible. If not, something like a farmer's dog or one of those other ones that you can buy is better. Homemade is the best, in my opinion. But this is what I do, along with making at home. This is my secret. This is an amazing, amazing supplement. It's made in the United States, which means it's non-synthetic. If it's not in the United States, it's probably made in China. No offense to China, but it's synthetic. And synthetic is not good for you, and it's not good for your dog. So if your vitamins are not made in the United States, I would seriously consider trying to find something that is. And definitely your dog, especially, you know, because they're so much smaller. And you want to get up there, buddy? She wants to get up here and talk to us too. She says yes. We need to advocate for that. They're so much smaller, and it affects their little bodies so much more than ours. You know, dogs used to live much longer than they do now, and a lot of that is because of the processed junk we're giving them. That's giving them diabetes, and that's crazy. Your dog is getting diabetes and cancer and all these other things. That's just not normal for dogs that get that. So this is my secret. I give this to them around the year, not even just when they're pregnant or getting ready to get pregnant or weaning. Around the year they get this mixed in with their food that I make them. And then I found these prenatals. I'll link these down. And so my girl gets a prenatal along with that. And that's my secret for keeping my dogs super healthy. And if you see Mia, which I'll show you, Mia, come up here. I want everybody to see how good you look. Mia has had 3 litters, and 2 of those litters were back to back because we got started with her so late. But you can see, look at her. She looks like a puppy. She is trim, she's healthy, she's bouncy, she plays like a puppy, and she's going to be 6 years old. And she is just a bouncy, look at that. She is just trim, and that's because of good nutrition. So if you want your puppies to be the healthiest possible, that's what I recommend is, you know, do the best you can for your budget and your time and constraints. At the very least, give them a good supplement, at the very least. Thank you, Mia, for showing that. And then I'm going to show you our water bowl that we use. I encourage a water fountain. If you can get a water fountain, it's in your budget, get one, because it will encourage them to drink more, and hydration is super important. Okay, this is what our water fountain looks like. It encourages them to drink. They love it. And when the boys come over, they love drinking out of that water fountain as well. And it has a filter in it, so you just rinse it out and it keeps it really nice and clean. I mean, think about it. Would you want to drink out of a stale water glass that had been sitting around for days and days? Yuck, right? The same thing with these guys. All right, last thing we're going to check is my emergency kit. Make sure I've got everything, so if I don't have something, I can order it. This is my shadow, Bella, by the way. She's funny. Okay, so I've only got a couple of towels left. I use probably about 2 towels per baby, and I expect her to have more this time. Last time she only had 5, and she's a little bit older now, so I expect for her to probably have 6, maybe even 7 if we're lucky. What do you think, Bella? Bella's a good mommy's helper, aren't you? Okay, so we're gonna get more towels. And let me see what else. I've got plenty of isopropyl alcohol. That's for cleaning my equipment. I have Shears and a Hemostat. Shears is for cutting the umbilical cord, and the Hemostat is for clamping it off. And my thermometer, make sure it works. Yes, that's still working. I'll go over this when we go over signs and symptoms of labor, why we use this, but we're going to clean that off with the isopropyl. And what else do I have here? In here, I have my bulb syringe. Isn't she the cutest little thing? My bulb syringe, that's for sectioning the nose and the mouth with fluid so they don't get aspiration pneumonia. I did have one like this. I don't know why I'm keeping it. I should just throw it out. I didn't like it as well. I felt like it just didn't have any suction power. So we're just going to toss that. And I also have my Steptic Pencil. Perfect. This is for afterwards to stop the bleeding on the umbilical cord if it doesn't, if it doesn't stop bleeding. And let's see what else. My Whelping Calcium. This is super important. We're going to talk about this in more depth. This, you have to have this in your emergency kit. You give this before, during, and after labor. What am I missing? Oxygen. I don't have an oxygen bottle. I usually buy an oxygen bottle like the kind that they give to hikers. There's like a little portable bottle. It's one of those things, you don't need it until you need it. I've had to use it twice, and it actually saved one of my puppies' lives. Yes, because I don't think they were getting enough oxygen. They were like one of the last ones coming out, and I think they just were slow to revive, and I had to hit them with some oxygen, and I revived them, got them around. Yeah, they were shallow breathing and just really not, they're kind of like on the edge, but we got them, and they're turned around, and they're beautiful, they're fine, they're, how old are they now? It was from Rosie's last litter, and so they're a year old, and he's a gorgeous little boy. And I just got pictures of him. He's so cute. Maybe I'll make a video of that, just showing everybody what they look like when they're born and what they look like now. So that's everything. I do have gloves. I don't really use them because they're my dogs. And my dogs are very comfortable with me touching their babies. Actually, they want me to touch their babies. They're like, please help me. So we have a very good partnership. I don't leave their side, which you will see. I'm going to film the birth. So next video is going to be about building the whelping box. That'll be this weekend. That gives Rosie plenty of opportunity to see it and feel comfortable and know that she's got a safe place to have birth. So we will see you this weekend. I hope you have a lovely day. Say goodbye, my little angel. And Rosie's down here at my feet, by the way, sleeping on the nice cold floor because she's hot. Bye-bye.